Hello and welcome to Stargazing, the show that brings you up close and personal with your favourite stars of reggae and dancehall music and Jamaican popular culture. I am Sean Kane. In this edition of the show, we'll speak with an artist who is such a patriot. In fact, he loves his country so much that he had to sing about it. Let's take a look.
Well, hear me now, it's Hardio. I say me love Jamaica land. I am some man and grow from a little bit. Aki and saltfish that happy with it.
Hardio is a humble reggae artist whose biggest dream is to become a spiritually uplifting entertainer who makes people feel good about themselves and cope with their circumstances. Born Leon Smith in Dunkirk, Kingston in the late 1980s, he grew up in the community of Franklyn Town, which is located on the eastern side of the Jamaican capital. Smith, who was given the name Hardio while he was growing up, attended the Franklyn Town primary school where he flourished in the love and care of the school community. After graduating, he moved to the Holy Trinity School where he pursued his secondary education. From there, his next stop on his educational journey was the Thomas Academy.
Fried fish, church, chicken, white rice, and little other goat they curry. You can stop and get a cold jelly water. Here is the sugar cane where you ask for. Listen to Bob Marley, reggae master. We are lead them the after.
At the end of his formal schooling, Hardio took up full-time employment, during which he became a motorcar salesman. He told the Stargazing with Sean Kane show that he was drawn to the job because of his love for motor vehicles. Hardio lost his father tragically at a very young age. He said following that unfortunate event, he felt that it was his responsibility to take care of his mother as he saw how hurt she was having to deal with the pain of her new reality. Since then, the Live Me Life singer has helped his mother to open a small grocery shop in their community. But just when he was getting used to his new routine, he lost one of his sisters and had to become a surrogate father to her only child, his nephew. Hardio says he lives every day to keep the family hopeful and happy. Despite his losses, he's maintained his dream of becoming a cultural artist that brings love, peace, happiness and positive thinking to everyone that is exposed to his music. He says his love for humanity keeps him going because every day he feels that music has the power to help people to cope with their different circumstances, and he wants to be a part of that.
Live it like a the last, celebrate and a pop of last. Me a live my life, you me a live my life, you me a live my life, yeah.
As he pursues his music, he recently released a new track titled Money. He promises that more will follow shortly.
So me a live my life, you me a live my life, me a live my life, yeah. Living like a the last, celebrate and a pop of last. Me a live my life, you me a live my life.
Welcome back. Hardio, wagwan, sir.
Blessed love. Thank you for having me, Sean Kane.
Yeah, man. Peace be unto you, man. Well, you know what? As I said in the intro there, that you are so much of a patriot that you even had to sing about your country in Jamaica. What prompted you to do that?
Well, I mean, the song came along actually with starting from my cousin, you know, with me and my cousin in the studio listening a few tracks, and you know, this rhythm start beat, and I was like, yo, I rhythm me sound good, man. And I say, Jamaica, you know, and then we start, you know, filling some words and thing and so forth. The song come along 2016, and then we shoot a video for it the 2018. You know, people was thinking that it was a festival song really, but I mean, I didn't think of the festival at that time when I'm writing the song. I was just doing something just for the culture.
So what did that song mean to you? How important was that to you?
I mean, it was a very important song. It is a very important song to me up till this day. I mean, actually, a lot of people calling me about the song and about the video itself because it speaks about the culture. So it mean a lot to me, you know.
You never know. Very soon the Jamaica tourist board might come knocking saying that, you know what, we need to use this song to see if we can bring some more tourists to our country. But in addition to that, your songs have a very positive tone to them. In fact, Live My Life and Give Praise. What experiences influenced those songs? What did you go through in life, or what did you see or feel that caused you to record those songs?
I mean, Live My Life, it was something about we have to just enjoy our life because life's short, you know. So at that moment, writing that song, I was just referring to, you know, life on our own. Just enjoy yourself because it's short. And I mean, a lot of where I'm from, actually, it's not I mean, you know, a pleasant place for someone to be right now, to live there, because a lot of young folks get themselves in a problem. So, and a lot of young folks dropping out right now. So at least that song, Live My Life, and I always sing positive songs. So.
And how about Give Praise? Why do you feel it's so important to give praise?
Yeah, because when you get up in the morning, you have to give thanks, you know. You know, a lot of people, as I said before, a lot of young folks don't even live to see today. So give praise is, I mean, it's about telling about life. We are celebrate with life and give praise for what you have. If you get up with even a quarter of bread in the morning, you give praise for just the quarter of bread. You know what I mean? Not just life alone, just give praise for what you have in life.
That is so true, because even if you woke up with just, you know, a slice of bread to have for breakfast, there's still people who are worse off, probably don't have anything at all. So whatever you've got, you just have to give thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with that. When you decided to pursue music, did your parents think it was the best thing for you?
Well, my mom support me 100%, and doing music from I was younger, I used to, you know, dance first. Me and my cousin used to go into communities and, you know, perform and thing, and then I decided that I want to, you know, do music. And, you know, my cousin was the producer at the time and I was the artist. So, I mean, my mother support me. You know, she was the only one. My father died when I was younger. So, I mean, it was just me and my mother and, you know, my nephew and my brothers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my mother support me a lot. My family support me a lot also.
That's very good to hear, because that family support, it is such an important part of the life of any artist, because you need that kind of encouragement from time to time. And even when friends might not be there to help you out and say nice things to you, your parents and your family, they generally come around to say something very nice to you. And by the way, I'm really sorry to hear about your dad there, but you understand, you know. So how did you manage without dad being around when you were growing up?
Well, I mean, I have to just stand firm knowing that, yo, my dad passed off and I have to be the man now, because my dad, you know, is not around to actually play his part as a father. So my mother was the person, she's the one that, you know, play both mother and father. And, you know, I grew up in the inner city seeing my mother go through a lot, so I have to try my best, you know, try to, you know, think positive, be positive, do everything positive, just to make sure I can actually pursue my career to make she happy. So I have to try to stand and be a man just to make sure she's okay. You know what I mean? Tears drop out of my eyes a lot of times. So I have to stand firm for her and stand firm for him, knowing that he's not around. So I have to try my best to try, you know, hold strong and, you know, be a man for her, yeah?
It's great hearing that you're a very conscientious person, and that is just so useful and so important in any family. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do have brothers and sisters. I have 2 brothers at the moment, and I lose 2 sisters early back, and I have 1 sister living in Miami.
Right. And are they very close to you? You talk to them very often? Do they support your music?
Yes, they do. I am more closer to, you know, the 2 brothers them out here. You know, my sister is kind of busy with her family right at the moment. But yes, my 2 brothers support me, you know, through my music career, and my mother also, as I said before.
Me a live my life, yeah. Live it like like a the last. Celebrate and a pop a flask. Me a live my life. You me a live my life. You me a live my life. Yeah. Living life to the fullest. Dream past with the red bullets. Well as we rise.
I want my nephew to grow, you know, in a positive world, because as you can see, him also need a positive mind. We need positive music coming from, you know what I mean, the youths them who's coming up right now, because as you can see, the younger folks them are stray from, you know, the clean side of life to something negative.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You did mention your nephew there. Do you have children of your own?
No, I take my nephew as my son still until I get one.
Yeah, but I gather that from you kind of looking after your nephew there, it was kind of it happened out of a very unfortunate circumstance there.
Right.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, no problem. All right, I lose my sister about 5 years now, 5-6 years now, and from my sister died, you know, I've been supporting my nephew. I've been supporting my nephew since my sister lose her life during childbirth. So I've been supporting in every way, school, I mean, food, anything that he wants, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a challenge still, because I have to make sure I take care of myself same time, and I have to take care of my mother, and you know what I mean, but I'm holding strong same way, you know what I mean. Not to say that his father not playing a part, he do play a part in his life also, but just because of the sake of my sister and the love that I have for both of them, I have to make sure that he's okay.
A man of many responsibilities. I appreciate that. How old is he now?
He's 6.
6. So has he asked about his mother?
A lot, all the time. Yeah, man, him asks about his mother. He understand while he's growing, you know, he's getting the understanding that, you know, people, you know, pass off, and I mean, sometimes things do happen, you know. So him asks question and how his mother will, you know.
So do you actually say to him that your mother is no longer here?
Yes, I do. I say to him that his mother no longer here, and we are his mother and his father in one, and she's actually looking down at him and seeing that he's doing very well, and knowing that I am here supporting his life and everything, you know.
Does he seem to get sad from that, or he's just taking it in strides?
Well, sometimes, yes. Sometimes.
And how do you console him when that's happening?
Well, I try my best to, you know, sit and talk to him and, you know, hug him and try to, even though certain things, no matter what you give them, you know, that still can bring back his mother or the love where he would want to, you know, be around his mom and thing. But I try my best to, you know, calm him down and sit and talk to him and explain things to him about life and people losing them life and whatever. Right.
That is so noble of you, Hardio, because many people would just not even bother with that. They would just say, that's not my responsibility, that's not for me to do. And they would just carry on with their lives. But you realize how important it is to look after your nephew and show that he has a good chance in life. And that's very kind of you. But just looking at your music, because I know you've been pursuing that for about 10 years or so now. When you look back over those years, what would you consider to be some of the highlights of your career so far? What are some of the biggest things to have happened in your career?
It could have been better, but I'm not complaining, because the Almighty know the time period when He wants to bless you, you know. So I have to wait on His time. I'm happy where I'm at right now. As I said before, things going to be better. Things can be better, but over the years I've been performing, you know, very few places. Pier 1, I haven't done major stage shows as yet, but I've been doing shows that people been, you know, seeing who is Hardio and hearing the voice. I get good feedback on a lot of songs that I put out before. I get a lot of interviews, a lot of, you know, radio play and so forth. So yeah, I'm very proud. Also, I actually have to apologize to my fans them in the Europe area, I have to cancel the tour until next year because of the corona thing. So I mean, Germany, Europe, the whole of Europe, England, I'm sorry. So next year will be possible, hopefully.
Well, Hardio, you mentioned about the pandemic, the COVID-19, that kind of set things back in Europe, in your German tour and things like those. Now I think people are at a point where they need a lot of hope because all they can hear is all this doom and gloom. It's the cases are rising in Florida, in other parts of America, in other parts of Europe, and all these things. People need hope. As an artist, how do you think you can help in that area to give people some hope to carry on, live on, and look forward to big and better and great things?
I mean, we have to abide by the rules of what we're getting right now because we try to protect ourselves same way, but the world still goes on, you know what I mean? Life still goes on. I mean, it's not like the COVID just come in and it's the end of the world. You know, we still have to, we have days, them can't stop the world and the Almighty alone can't stop it.
Yeah, so just some positive words for people, really. That's very good of you. But the music business, though, it's a very tough industry to break through. I know you're saying that you'd have liked to perform on bigger stages and perform for more people and things like those. But what would you consider to be some of the main challenges that you've faced as you try to grow your career?
I mean, I have faced a lot of challenges. To get my song play on the radio. You know, there's a lot of people paying money to get song play on the radio. Even stage shows, you have to have a lot of the links is one, or a man going, maybe you could have the links same way a man going fill the next artist in the space even, you know. I mean, the toughest one is to get my song play and to get the message across. So that's the main challenge for me though.
And I'm glad you've stuck to it though, and you're just continuing to grow from strength to strength. We can see all of that. But who would you consider to be some of your heroes? Some of the people that you, when you were thinking of starting your music career, or even before you started, you considered those people to be very strong musicians in what they did or do?
Bob Marley, I mean Peter Touch. I've been growing up listening. I like Spragga Benz. I mean Buju Banton. I mean there's a lot of them out there. Even right now, then I would like to do a lot of combination with even some of them out there now as well. But growing up, it's Bob Marley, Bounty Killers, Beanie Man, you know, Peter Touch, Gregory Isaac, you know. Yeah.
All of those people have done well in the industry and they are foundation artists, if you may ask me. That's how I see them. So it's really good that you are influenced by people like those. You did mention that you'd like to do some collabs, would have liked to do some collabs with people like those. Is there anybody else that you'd have liked to do a record with?
Romain Virgo will be one. You know what I mean? Chronics would be one. You know, Busy Signal would be one. You know, a lot of other artists out there will, you know, I would like to do a combination with, you know.
You're a very powerful, very discerning artist, because the names that you've called, these are all people who've had massive impact on the industry. So for you to be saying that you'd have liked to collaborate with those people, it shows that you know what you're saying and you understand the industry and you understand the kind of strength that you'd have wanted to have going forward. That's very good of you.
Those persons coming with, you know, positive things that I am coming with also, you know what I mean?
I like the positive energies and the positive words that you use all the time and the way you like positivity. Very interesting that then. Mm-hmm.
I'm not for the new type of dancehall thing still, you know, the chop type of thing and certain things them saying just to bring a message across. I'm not them. I like the 80s, 90s type of vibe, you know? Yeah, that's why I pick them type of veteran there from them time there. Yeah, so if it be somebody new, like a young artist who is out there right now, it's kind of difficult for me to choose, you know what I mean? Because some of them not really coming with what the kids them really want to hear.
Yeah, the positive messages. They're singing about their lifestyle, which is just a bit It's unfortunate some of the things that they had to experience, the kind of lives they had to lead. But, you know, I mean, we're just looking for more positive things to help us to have a better life.
That's what we need, more love in the world, you know. Positiveness brings love.
Exactly so. Because just talking about violence, even if that's what they see every day and that's how they grow up, that's not helping anyone, to be honest with you.
That's not helping anyone. You know what I mean?
But then again, it might be unfair to blame them, though, because if that's what they see, that's what they'll talk about.
Well, you have to blame them, and at the same time, we can't spread negativeness to the younger ones them coming up, because kids learn what them you know, live what them learn, you know. So we have to make sure we sing something clean, because we don't want the world a bad place.
That is so true. We just have to find a way to ensure that these kids, even the younger artists who are coming up now, they can probably have somebody to mentor them. So they can look over their lyrics to see, well, yeah, this is kind of good, that's not so clean, it's not going to help people in a positive way. So I think we probably should tweak that a little bit. Because don't get me wrong, these are very talented people we're looking at. They're good at delivering their messages, they're very good at writing, and they're brave enough to record and to stand on a stage and perform. But we just want the content of those lyrics to be a bit more palatable.
I believe say Jamaica, me tell you no. Me see tourists a come in a hurry. Fish check out Cornwall, me do sex and sorry. Someone fry fish, jerk chicken, white rice, and little other goat they curry. You can stop and get a cold jelly water. Here is the sugar cane where you ask for. Listen to Bob Marley, reggae master. We are lead them.
Right, let's look back at your school days now, because I know you attended Holy Trinity, and then you moved on to Thomas Academy. So, Kenny, what do you remember about those days?
Well, my days growing up, you know, was going to school. I used to go to school without lunch money enough time. Wait until school over, you know, then go home and eat again and prepare myself for the next day. It was growing up at my time in school was okay. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't so violent at that time growing up with students with each other fighting and all these things. You know, we used to satisfy me and my brother. We used to start satisfy for what we get until we reach back home. You know what I mean? Sometimes we go to school, we don't even $1. Same way. You know, so I remember those things growing up and knowing that, yo, my mother have to go hard for us just to make sure that we get a good education and we pass out to the best. You know what I mean? So yes, I did graduate from both primary school and high school, and then from there I went and get a job, and then from there I went and go back to school again. And you know, school never stopped for me, man. I love to know me still want to go to school same way.
Of course, because talking about personal development and things like those, your academic development, those things are important, you know. But I'm really sorry that the experience was like that, though. But I think the consolation in all of that is that there was a lot of love. Your mother was there and she was going hard, as you said.
Right. And a lot of people,
to make sure
from my mother too. Apart from my mother, I have to respect a lot of people. My grandfather, he was one of the kingmen in my life also. My godfather, he was one of the kingmen also in my life growing up, support me, both of them, you know. So I have to shout out to my godfather and my grandfather. Much love.
It is so important when we can look back, even when we've grown up, we can look back at our youthful days and we can reflect on some people who were there just adding strength to us as we carried on. And that's so good. That's very, very good. Very commendable of you. So, Hardio, what's next?
Alright, I released a brand new song last week, Friday, named Money. You know, that's getting a lot of rotation right now. I'm doing a lot of singles. I mean, I did a song in June, also named Guideway. So that's going on well. Big up to DJ Grafter. Big up all of the producers them who we work with. Big up Upfulness Records for Money. It's out now. Please go and support good music, as I say, you know what I mean? So you can find me on IG, It's Hardio, Hardio 876. So it's just pure singles until we get the EP together and then prepare for next year tour.
That is so good, man. That is so good. Well, Hardio, thank you so much for your time. But before we let you go, I always like to challenge my guests to see how much they know about reggae and dancehall music. I always ask questions from this book, Reggae Larger Than Life. It was written by myself, and the book is available on Amazon. If you're more of an app person, the Android version of the app is available from the Google Play Store. All you need to do is to type in Reggae Larger Than Life Fun App, and you can download it. And as the name says, just have fun, with Reggae Larger Than Life. Just learning all about reggae music, reminiscing about the music, and spending good times with your friends, reflecting on the music. So, Hardio, I've selected 2 questions for you, and here we go. Let's see how good you are, sir, with your knowledge of reggae and dancehall music. Right, this Rastafarian Jamaican kindly brought us a whole lot of greetings from Jah in 1986. What was the name of this brother? The options are Luciano, Everton Blender, Cocoa Tea, and Half Pint.
Luciano?
Well, I think probably this one was a little bit before your time, but it was Half Pint. Greetings I bring from Jah to all ragamuffin. So I let you off for that one. So let's move on to the second one now. You have to do a lot better with this one now. So let's see. All right, the one starts. A Rastafarian brother journeyed to the hills in 1994 to meditate. A few days later, he came back singing, God give me strength. There's no love in the world. Sweep over my soul, and many other soul-searching ballads. Can you recall who it was? The options are Everton Blender, Half Pint, Luciano, Cocoa Tea.
Luciano.
That's it, man. I see you're a Luciano fan, so that's all good, man. Well, Hardio, it was really, really good talking to you. Very positive guy. And, I wish you all the best with your new music, the Money song. So I hope you make sure that money circulates, and some gets to us as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me also. Please go and check out Reggae Larger Than Life, people. It's out. Please go and support good books, good music. As in, big up Sean Cade for the love. And thank you for the interview. Yeah. Hire some man born and grow family little bit. A key and salt fish that a few we dish. Money for the area. Sean Cade want you were manly and share. Money. Manners and respect. Give thanks for the love.
Definitely, man, definitely. So thank you very much, Hardio, for being our special guest today. As usual, remember to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and also share. Next time, we'll have another guest for you. Until then, Sean Kane saying goodbye, see you soon.
Red bullets, real alright. Lift the party day, go the party day. Me a enjoy myself with a shorty. Face cute, look they coulda hardy day. Today just feel like a holiday. Dance nice, everybody alright. Me say gala back it up and some bubble like Sprite. I want life, so me going all night. Me liquor well at me send fi party. Me a live me life, yeah me a live me life. Me a live me life.